and talent can be developed through hard work, good strategies, persistence, dedication, and input from others. Where focus goes, energy flows. So focus your energy on continuous learning and stop wasting time thinking about looking smart. Build resistance, build vulnerability, build courageousness, and face adversity with a smile. Become comfortable with uncomfortable. You know, the only person that you need to prove anything to is you. Imperfect action trumps perfect inaction. Stop wasting time and get on with it. Failure is part of learning, so start learning by taking action.
Christian Mawolsi, welcome to the hot seat. It is Wednesday. We are back. How are you going?
We are back. I'm okay. As I said to you earlier, just a little bit tired. It's been a very long week already. It's only Wednesday, but it's all good. It's good. Just doing the grind.
That's right. And we're still testing out some different time zones to see what people like, what they enjoy. So here we are, 3:00 on a Wednesday afternoon here in Sydney. It's actually really hot today. It's like 34 degrees here in Sydney, which was quite funny when we were on our Evolve call before and we saw Bonnie with her parka jacket on in Melbourne. So welcome to Australia. That's just what it's like here. So anyway, we're not here to talk about the weather. We are here actually to talk about leadership today. And I had a couple of questions that I wanted to get in and ask you today. So let's get straight into it. My first question for you today, Christian, is why should you discover your personal leadership style? So we hear a lot about DISC profiling and understanding learning methods. Why is it important to actually understand your leadership and how you lead?
Discovering your leadership style. Well, it's crucial, right? For a whole bunch of reasons. It not only enhances your effectiveness as a leader, Simone, but it also contributes to your personal development, to the team dynamics, and overall the success of your firm or organization. So, that's put very simplistically, but you're probably asking yourself, okay, well, why? Right? Because it's all about why, it's all about purpose. So really it's about self-awareness. It's identifying your strengths and weaknesses and also being consistent. It's about communication and team building. So, effective communication as well as team cohesion. Adaptability, okay? Situational leadership as well as innovation and problem solving. You've got productivity and performance reasons. So motivation and efficiency, de-hassling. Again, that personal development component, career development of your people, but also feedback and improvements through those feedback loops. You've got the organization-wide impact, culture building, right, and business outcomes. So in summary, discovering your personal leadership style isn't just some theoretical exercise. It has practical implications that can significantly impact the effectiveness of you as a leader, the satisfaction and productivity of your team, as well as the overall success of your organization.
I think that is just so 15 seconds on the clock. So you absolutely nailed that. I recently just read a book called Surrounded by Idiots. And it was really going into the different types of way that we communicate and the way that we lead as well. And I found it incredibly, it was really eye-opening to understand how I can change how I lead or how I communicate with people based on understanding what is their personal profile and understanding that. So yeah, I love those points that you just touched on about all of that. I think it's really important for up and down the line, however you are leading, however you're utilizing that framework to be able to work within that. Okay, so my second question then for you is kind of a follow through from that is it important to understand your team's motivators to lead more effectively?
Great question. And by the way, if you are watching us live, let us know, #live. And also, let us know who you are because we can't see you. If you comment, we will see you. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, we can see you. On LinkedIn, unfortunately, we can't. But just let us know. Understanding your team's motivators is actually an essential. It's absolutely essential for effective leadership, and this is because it allows you to align individual aspirations, Simone, with organisational goals. It enhances team cohesion. It improves performance. But more importantly, it fosters a positive working environment. So let's explore that a little bit because I'm assuming everyone's probably saying, okay, again, great little citations, but where does it go? Well, increased productivity, right? So individual tailoring, effective resource allocation. Different people are motivated by different things. Some people are motivated by money, recognition, work-life balance, right? Flexible working hours. So it's really important to work to people's strengths. Enhancing team engagement. Well, you do this through job satisfaction, and you track that through, an EPS or anything of that nature. The commitment, measuring people's commitment to their role through their accountability is really important. But things like opening up dialogue and conflict resolution for better communication, and again, that career growth and skill optimization, right? And that is for employee development. But again, you could go back to that cultural fit and that strategic alignment if you're looking at the organization's benefit. And finally, it's about the emotional well-being, right? Now we're seeing a lot of the loosely used word of burnout. It's like so many children are being diagnosed with being on the spectrum. I think yes, there's a lot of truth in all this, but have we developed a level of tolerance? Right? So if people are burning out more often, is it because of not just work, but all of the shit going on in their lives? Right?
Yeah.
So you need to understand them individually. You need to know their motivator because this will reduce the burnout, right? So I've seen it firsthand. Leaders who understand what motivates their teams are better at providing appropriate rewards and breaks, right? That reduce the risk of burnout, right? And the other thing is all about that positive working environment. A motivated team contributes more positively and energetically to their work. So, Simone, understanding your team's motivators isn't just a nice to have. It's a must have for effective leadership. And the insights gained can dramatically impact the performance, satisfaction, and retention of your team, contribute to an overall success of an organization. And the last thing about that, it's not just about retaining the team. It's people looking inward into your organization can see that and they want to work for you. So then it becomes part of your recruitment strategy.
Yeah. Got it. Okay, well, I'm going to break the rules and ask a side question here. So if you're identifying those different motivators within your team and within your organization, does that mean that you go and address them individually to those people? Or is it like, well, it can't be some rules for some and rules for others?
Why?
You then?
Why?
Well, I'm asking
Sameness isn't fairness.
Yeah, I'm
right?
asking.
So if you've got a high performer who wants flexible working hours because they can do their job in 2 days as opposed to 5, why should you punish that person to work 5 days and demotivate them and de-hassle them? Inspire them, motivate them. Guess what will happen? They'll go to work in 2 days, they'll get bored, they'll work 3 and then double, right? We're currently doing this for a client of ours over in Europe. I've just restructured the entire way a 20-year-old business operates. And they've got 13 sites. And we're changing things as far as opening hours to accommodate work-life balance for people. Because we also identified where most of our customers were coming, which time zones. But, the traditional thinking of employers who, oh no, but I'm paying someone for 38 hours a week, so I've got to work them. No, you don't. You're only trading for 4 hours a day, mate. That's 20 hours a week. Open up 7 days. Let them go longer. Give them more flexibility if they choose to, right?
Yeah.
Give more access to your customer for your products and services. So, yeah, totally.
I really like that. Yes. Okay. Moving on. Question number 3. What is the primary role of a leader when it comes to fostering a culture of innovation and risk taking? Now, I know this is something that we've worked on this a lot as a team, and this is something that you obviously inspire us to do with our value of failing forward. And myself and a couple of the other team members, I know we've struggled with this because we're so used to being reprimanded for making mistakes in previous employment options. So, how do you really foster that into your culture to empower teams to step up, to have a voice?
Be a leader that takes risks and is innovative is probably the starting point. If you're a pessimist who doesn't want to take risks, then don't lead an emerging tech company. It's really not going to work for you. But firstly, so there. The second one, I mean, look, in our organisation, it's tough because we've got pretty much most of our staff that's born in September. This is birthday month. Yours is coming up. So all of your parents were having a great time all at the same time. I don't even know how that's possible. That I've hired the same people in my tribe. But I have a very risk averse
I'm
tribe.
sure someone's going to tell us there's something in that universal law that
Right.
says you have more September employees.
Oh, it's outrageous. But what it is um, there's just something in the air clearly. But look, if we look at it, the primary role of a leader is fostering a culture of innovation, not a culture of risk taking. But the two work hand in hand because it's actually to create an environment where creativity, experimentation, and calculated risks are encouraged, supported, fostered, and even rewarded. Right? Like in Israel, if a startup is awarded, $1 million, $2 million, and they fail, they go give them more money to start again, more intelligently. There's no, and that's why they were known as the startup nation of the world. But how does a leader do that? Well, I got a couple of things that I do. One is setting the tone, Simone. Okay, so role modeling. Okay, leaders need to lead by example, as I said earlier. And the other one is communication, right? Always communicate. Share the stories and examples that illustrate the importance of these traits. Creating a safe environment. Okay, so we talk about psychological safety. Cultivate a safe space where team members feel comfortable with sharing their ideas without the fear of ridicule or judgment, right? And then probably my favorite: fail fast, learn fast, right? Fail often, right? So make it clear that failure is an important part of the innovation process, but also a really important part of the success formula. Okay, so providing resources for it, give people time and space. Give them the collaboration tools. I give you guys way too much time and space. But encouraging inclusivity. To think diversity, to think diversity first. To give every team member a voice. It's like our masterminds for our leaders and Evolve. We give them all an opportunity to express their opinion, even though most of them that just want mine and want my advice. Now, after a year and a half or 2 years of the same people in the group, because our retention rate is 90 odd percent. Even the new people when they come in now, it's like the man on the mound. The tribe grows, and that's so cool. But offering incentives helps too, recognition, career development, but also facilitating the ideation. So have brainstorming sessions and an open door policy to ideas. And then you've got obviously adaptability, the interactive process and the feedback loops that I always refer to, over and over and over again. And lastly, a good leader will monitor and measure. So they'll have KPIs for innovation and my favorite line of postmortem analysis, when it's all gone to shit, you sit there and analyze it. But more importantly, also analyze what happens when you do really well. So leaders' role in fostering a culture of innovation and risk taking is multifaceted, Simone. It's encompassing everything from the establishment of the organisation, as well as its norms, to individuals and coaching and feedback, and when effectively executed, leaders can turn innovation in and risk taking from buzzwords right into actual actionable strategies that drive success. And that's my big stepping thing that I like to make sure we do well.
Yeah, yeah. And we should all know that when we bring our teams along the journey with us, they're that much more invested to actually the success of the project as well. So having them in on the journey is actually a way to help us succeed. Love it. Christian Lavolsi, my 3 questions for this week's hot seat on leadership. Thank you for your time.
We just nailed it. That's like 15 minutes. People are probably thinking, wow, where are they going? They're going early.
The quickest hot seat we've done in months.
Yeah, no. Hey, look, no, that was awesome. Yeah, we're really excited that Momentum Weekend's going to be in Sydney in December. So it's going to be really cool. And then, yeah, for members, we're going to be in Adelaide during Mad March and Fringe and get people out to the Fringe shows. So it's not all work. There's a lot of play in what we do. But I've got to run. I've got school pickup. And thank you, everyone who's been live listening. Really appreciate you. Thank you for those that have put hashtag live, for the other viewers that are just watching. We appreciate you. Those of you who are going to watch it later, hashtag replay, obviously. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen.
See you later.
I don't even know if this button's going to work, but let's see.
Press it.
Working with Christian is a game changer. Hi, I'm Adrian Lee from GrowthLink Coaching and Consulting. I started working with Christian in August 2020 as his LinkedIn growth consultant. We worked together on his LinkedIn brand for about 12 months before becoming business partners in Growth Outsourced late 2021. Christian is a hidden genius. He helped me break through a significant financial target by restructuring my growth consulting online business offer. I don't know of any one person who can give you so much focus, clarity, and structure to live your purpose and get shit done. He holds you accountable to your words and gives you the tough love when you need it. I love his no BS approach to business and life. Everyone needs a Christian Lavolsi in their life. Do whatever you have to work with Christian. This is just the beginning for us, and I am super pumped to continue growing together. Thanks again, Christian.